In this video, I want to talk about renewing your SSL certificate for your website or web app. I mean, if you're like me, this is really bothersome because it's not something you really want to mess with. You don't do it very often, and you want it to be as cheap as possible as well, but also secure. So you can see here. I mean, I knew it was coming up, but you wake up one morning and your SSL certificate is expired, and suddenly your site isn't secure, and you need to renew it. So I used Komodo services for a Komodo certificate through SSLs.com. It was $8.95, and so I just went there, bought my certificate, and my first thought was, oh well, I'll just get into IIS on the web server and renew the certificate by right-clicking and clicking renew. And so you want to watch this whole video because you kind of see the path I went down and the mistakes I made before you actually renew your certificate. So I went into my web server and clicked to renew the certificate, and so when you do that, you want to create a new. It creates a new CSR request from that existing certificate. You specify the file name, and then you save that on your server. Well, the next step is to go ahead and copy this, and you copied it into SSLs.com. You can see here this is where I purchased or renewed my existing certificate, and I chose, after you go and look at your certificates, you choose the status of new, and then you choose to activate it, and then you put in your copied CSR text. And of course it wasn't that simple. Whenever I would click read my CSR, I got a notice, bummer, your CSR is invalid or corrupt. And so I tried that multiple times and it just didn't work. So what I had to do, I had to go back into IIS and actually just create a new certificate request. And so we just create new certificate request, and you fill in the proper information. Then go back to SSLs.com, and you'll just upload that text information again. And this time it worked with just a new CSR request. And so then you just follow the steps. I used email for approval. So you get an email, you go and you verify the email, and then you'll get a zip file from Komodo. And so you just take that zip file, put that on the web server, and I just found it easier just to go ahead and just delete your existing certificate. It was just because you were just going to duplicate. It was just going to duplicate another entry. So I just deleted it, and then click on complete certificate request. And then at this point, you'll give it a name, and then you choose the new file, the zip file that you've the zip file you extract it first, and then you choose the file that it creates, and you just upload it. And you can see it just creates a new certificate with a new expiration date. And then the final thing is to make sure you go into your bindings for port 443 and choose that new certificate, that SSL certificate that you just created. So and then finally go to your website and test it to make sure it's secure again. So you can see, I mean, the process, if you know what you're doing, you could go through it pretty quickly. It's just when you have to do it once a year, and it's not something you maybe want to pay somebody to do. I mean, so because it only costs $8.95 for the actual certificate itself. Hopefully this is helpful. Thank you.